What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka New York Prepper. I have another breaking news update to share with you guys on the situation in Ukraine and possibility of World War III or nuclear war with Russia. And what you're looking at here is another interesting flight path. Now, I just uploaded a video on a flight path of a manned reconnaissance plane flying near Russia's northern fleet base in Murmansk, where Russia has all their nuclear missiles. They're specifically their nuclear armed submarines. Okay. And that's a very interesting situation there. Russia has put up a no-fly zone around that whole area the past few days, and it's very interesting that the U.S. would send a manned reconnaissance plane there. But this is even more interesting, and this is thanks to a subscriber of mine. What you're looking at here is an American Doomsday Plane. This is a Boeing 747-E4B. And that -E4B designates it as a doomsday plane. And what's very interesting about this is, number one, obviously it's a doomsday plane. You can see the call sign is Order 66, which that is really weird, guys. That's, the number 6 is a satanic number. Order 66, that's very, very weird. But I want to just show you guys the flight path. It's really, really interesting. So you have this doomsday plane, and it looks like it took off from Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. That's home of our Strategic Command, or STRATCOM. There's an underground bunker there right outside of Omaha, Nebraska. And after 9/11, Dick Cheney was actually taken to Offutt Air Force Base underground. Just in case something were to happen to the president at the time, Bush, they put Dick Cheney there at STRATCOM because STRATCOM is basically the central nervous system of the U.S. military. It's centrally located in the middle of the U.S. on purpose. It's smack dab in the middle of the country, so it has a good distance from both shorelines and from the north and the south. STRATCOM, like I said, central nervous system of the U.S. military. The entire U.S. military can be commanded from Strategic Command, whether it's launching nukes or commanding a war or anything. STRATCOM is basically like the brain of the U.S. military. Okay, so it's a very, very important base. And so this doomsday plane took off from STRATCOM, and it went all the way across the Midwest, and it did this little loop here right outside of D.C. And if you guys are not aware, there's actually a lot of bunkers here. You have like 3 major bunkers in this area of Northern Virginia and Western Maryland and South Central Pennsylvania. There's like 3 major bunkers here. You have Raven Rock in South Central PA, and then you have Camp David, which basically is a bunker, and then you also have Mount Weather. Okay, now Mount Weather is a giant bunker in Berryville, Virginia. Okay, and I've actually driven there one time, and I uploaded a video of me driving by and just showing the fences and stuff. It looks crazy, but Mount Weather is a relocation bunker for the president, for Congress. It's just a giant bunker that's, thousands of feet underground. It can house our entire government there. They can keep our entire government there for basically an indefinite period of time. They have everything you would think under there. They have food, water, everything. The whole entire government can go to Mount Weather and survive a nuclear attack. But I find it very interesting that this plane took off, this doomsday plane. If you don't know what a doomsday plane is, a doomsday plane, we have several of them. And basically a doomsday plane is like a regular passenger plane that's been hardened and specifically used in case of a nuclear war or some kind of a major world war. The U.S. president or VIPs can stay on these doomsday planes, and the doomsday planes can circle in the air for a very long period of time. They have huge fuel tanks. They're hardened against EMPs, and they even have countermeasures in case some type of enemy plane were to try to shoot it down. They have different types of countermeasures like jamming, electronic jamming, and they can deploy flares and chaff to throw off any kind of heat-seeking missiles and stuff like that. So it's a very advanced plane. It's a 747 that's basically been converted into this doomsday plane that the President of the United States can stay on, or the Defense Secretary, the Vice President, or anyone else that's in the line of secession. In case something were to happen to the President, you then go to the Vice President, and so on and so forth. So these planes, we have a whole fleet of them. This most likely is just a drill, but I have no idea, guys. I mean, this could be the real deal. They could be bringing people in from Mount Weather or something. I have no idea, but most likely it's a drill. But still, the timing of this drill with everything going on, they would not be doing a drill like this unless they were very serious that something could happen with Russia soon. So this plane took off from Offutt Air Force Base, home of STRATCOM. It flew basically in a straight line towards where all these bunkers are: Raven Rock, Mount Weather, Camp David. Okay, you also have a bunch of bases here. You have Fort Detrick. Obviously, you have the White House, and there most likely is a tunnel system under Washington, D.C., because a couple of years ago, they were doing construction on the White House, and the White House, the government didn't say what it was for, but many people believe that they were excavating a new tunnel system underneath the White House that goes underneath D.C., and same thing with the Capitol building. In case of a nuclear attack, the Congress and the president would only have 30 minutes to evacuate, and so that's not a lot of time, and they're not going to be able to get on board a plane within 30 minutes, right away. So they most likely created some kind of a tunnel system under the White House that leads out of the city, where they can board at one of these doomsday planes, and they can fly out to STRATCOM. And these doomsday planes, they can command the entire U.S. military on one of these doomsday planes. The president of the U.S. or the vice president, defense secretary, whoever's in line of secession, they can command the entire nuclear arsenal. They can launch any nuclear weapon, any attack plan. They can execute any attack plan. They can launch the nuclear codes from this plane. They can command the whole military. They can command the entire government. It's basically like a flying fortress, okay? So this is very significant, guys. They would not launch this plane and send it all the way to where these bunkers are in Northern Virginia and South Central Pennsylvania and Western Maryland, Camp David, Raven Rock, Mount Weather. This is a drill. They're making sure everything works, just in case something happens. Now, they do these drills regularly. They normally do them like once a month, I believe, maybe more. I don't know. But they do these drills very, very often because these planes need to be ready to go at any time, But I just find the timing very strange with everything going on. I don't think that this was a regularly scheduled drill. I think that this was specifically planned because of everything going on right now between Russia and the U.S. And, one of Putin's spokesmen said that there could possibly be a nuclear war, that people would be turned into radioactive ash. So it's getting serious, guys. Get prepared. This could be a very bad situation. I'll leave a link up above to my nuclear war survival playlist, but this is very significant. I wanted to share this with you guys. I'll keep you updated if I find anything else. Until then, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.